We've talked about taxes and tips and markups and discounts and commission. I want to also talk to you just briefly about something called interest. There's different kinds of interest. There's interest that benefits you, and there's interest that benefits the company, a financial company. We'll talk about each different kind for a minute. So let's say this is you, and you have a lot of money, and you don't want to keep it under your mattress anymore. You want to invest it in the bank, or you want to put it in the bank in a nice safe place. And the bank says, that's great. We'll absolutely take your money. And in fact, the bank's incentive, because there's different banks around, this bank's incentive is they're going to say, we'll take your money, and not only will we take your money, but we'll pay you a little bit of money each month to keep your money with us. That's called earning interest on your account. And the reason banks do that is they take your money that's really just sitting there. It's really just electronic money. Everything's done with computers now. But they take your money and then they invest it in other things, and they hope that their investment brings more money back to the bank. So them paying you money, them paying you this interest is beneficial to them as well as you. And that's the good kind of interest. So you invest in something and you hope you get a little bit more money at the end of your investment or at the end of a time period. So here's an example. You go to the bank with $3,500 and you say, I want to open a bank account. And the bank says, great, absolutely. We'll take your $3,500. It'll be here whenever you need it. You can leave it with us. You can take out a little bit of time if you want to. And we'll pay you an additional 4% interest per year. So let's think about that. What does that mean at the end of a year? Well, at the end of 1 year, you will have in your bank account, if you did nothing else with that $3,500, you would have 4% more than that. So let's see, our 10% would be $350. Our 1% would be $35. And 4% would be 12 times that, which is four times that, which is $140. So at the end of that year, you've earned from that bank, just for putting your money there, you've earned $140. That's the amount of your interest. We call that interest that you've accrued. How much money do you then have in the bank? Well, if you didn't do anything else to that account, you would now have $3,640. Now, different banks will give you different percentages as your interest rate. And sometimes they just do it on large amounts. All banks are different. But that's a very simple way of understanding that's what good interest is for you. There's also bad kind of interest too, bad for you. So the bad kind of interest, it's not bad, but it's something that everyone who borrows money from a bank understands. So let's say you're going to the same bank, you're a bank customer, and you and your friend want to open a new business. So to get this business started, you're going to need some money. So it looks like this guy's got a saw and a ruler. Maybe you're starting a construction company. So you're going to go to your bank and you're going to say, hey, we need some money. I've been a good customer all these years. I need some money now. I need to borrow some money from you to get my business started. And the bank's going to say, great, you've been a good customer. We will absolutely loan you some money, with the understanding that you're going to pay us back a little bit of extra money for all of the, usually it's done by year, sometimes by month, for all of the time that you keep that money out. So you're going to borrow some money, pay it back a little bit each month, but for all that money that you have out, you're going to pay them interest. So this is kind of for you, it's a difficult kind of interest. For the bank, this is good interest, right? They're earning a little bit of money back. So it's the price that you pay for borrowing that money from the bank. So let's say you go to the bank and you say, I need $20,000 to get my business started. The bank says, great, we'll give you that $20,000. No problem. We'll back up whatever you need. But you have to pay back 5% interest to us every year. So let's see. Let's go through this again. Our 10% would be $2,000. Our 1% would be $200. So that 5% would be $1,000. So at the end of the year, you have to pay the bank back $1,000. You owe them an extra $1,000. Now the way this works is maybe every month you're going to pay them back out of that $20,000. Maybe you're going to give them $400 back every month. $400 times the 12 months in a year would mean at the end of the year you've paid them back $4,800, but also that $1,000 in interest. So now you've actually paid them back $5,800. And again, those percentages I just made up, those are really simple numbers. But that's kind of a bad kind of interest. So good kind of interest, when you invest money, you get a little bit back. Bad kind of interest, when you borrow money, you have to pay a little bit extra. There's another kind of interest too on credit cards. So some of your parents probably have a credit card. There's a little difference between a credit card and a debit card. A debit card is just the money that you have in the bank, just in a card form, and every time you use it, you just get a little bit of money deducted out of your bank account. And it's electronically, we keep track of what we call your balance, how much money is left. But a credit card is you borrowing money, and then to that credit card company, you pay a little extra. So here you are at the beginning of the month, and you see something you would like, and you pay for it with your credit card. It sounds good, but you don't know. You're not thinking about this at all. You're not seeing that money fly away. You're just thinking, okay, I have this money. It's fine. It's credit. Little time goes by. You don't think about it very much. There's other things happening in your life, and things are good. But then your bill comes in the mail, and you realize, uh-oh, I borrowed money to buy that thing, and now I have to pay back not only the amount that I borrowed, but also extra in interest. And that's going to cost me a little bit extra, and I have to pay that credit card bill at the end of the month. So let's do this for an example. You buy an airplane tickets with your credit card for $700. A month later, your bill comes and you owe $715. So your bill's going to come and it's going to be for more than the amount you actually paid. And that's because of interest. So with credit cards, what they'll say sometimes is, pay us 20% of whatever the balance is. Well, at the end of that month, that balance is $715. So you owe 20% of that. Now that credit card company will keep going. Pay us 20%, pay us 20%, pay us 20%. They're going to make money off of you. If you don't pay the entire amount back, they're going to keep getting money from you. That's what the credit card wants to do. If you can buy something with your credit card and then pay off that $700 right away, that's better for you. You have that credit card kind of as a backup. You pay it off, and then your bills are free, and you don't have to pay that extra interest. Okay, so there's some situations where interest is good for you, and there's some instances where interest is bad for you as a consumer. So you always want to be aware of what you're doing with your money, okay? Pay close attention to that as you go through your life. We'll talk a lot more about this on Thursday when I see you. Have a good day, everybody. Bye-bye.